It's time to talk taxes.
New friends, new opportunities, new partners. EG Tax.
It's Ask the Tax Lady with Esther Gulius and EG Tax on News Radio 930 WBEN. To reach Esther now, call 803-0930. Toll free at 1-800-616. And cell calls are free at star 930. And now, live from the WBEN studios, it's Esther Gulius.
Hey, everybody, this is the Tax Lady, and this is it's sort of raining outside. This is a wonderful day, finally, that we have a little overcast. Feels like Florida, to tell
She's
you the
delusional
truth.
right now.
It rained at my house.
Didn't rain here.
Well, it rained at my house, and it was wonderful. My yard looks like a hayfield, and I am so happy to see rain. I walked this morning in the rain. That's Chris Fabian, by the way.
Hello, Esther.
Hello, Christopher. I walked my 4 miles in the rain and an umbrella, so I felt like the Morton Salt girl. Because she has an umbrella. When it rains, it pours.
Yes.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm Esther Gulius, the Tax Lady, and I'll tell you, if you're interested in health insurance and Obamacare and what's available to you, and don't think that just because you have health insurance through your employer that you shouldn't pay attention, because we are really blessed today. We have Tim Eliason here. He is our very own healthcare navigator. And Tim, thank you for coming on a Saturday.
Thank you very
Did
much.
it rain at your house?
It did not. It did not. But I will try to do the thing that you did, where I will go outside with an umbrella and see if I can coax it out of the clouds.
I mean, it really rained. We have puddles and everything.
Wow.
I feel so good.
You know, before we get started on today's topic with Tim, I wanted two things. Our tax school starting.
Right. That's
true.
And
if you're sitting out there going, I don't know, it sounds like it would be fun, but I'm not sure. We have a seminar we're offering in the middle of September to see if you want to try it. You know, you'll get to a really fast 3-hour session of what we do in 10 weeks to teach you. And you could get your feet wet a little to see if you want to join or not.
I'm going to tell you, snow is not fun. And when you're doing taxes, we keep you out of the snow and we keep you busy. And then when it's all over and done with, when it's April the 15th, you go, oh, it's spring. And it was over. And you get some extra spending money, too.
Right. And then the next thing I want to, two others, sorry. I hope people are enjoying our text video tips on Facebook. If you're friends of ours, you get that right through Facebook. If you're, what are they talking about? Like us on Facebook, and you get weekly tax tips, a minute and a half long tax tips.
They're just very succinct, and they're just little things to help you in the middle of the year think about things, because you know what? Unless you do it, it doesn't make any difference, right? And so just to help people know that, taxes go on for what you do now affects January.
That's right.
And what was your third thing?
Third thing is we're going to have a super seminar with Mike and Glenn, the financial guys, October 29th at the Millennium Hotel. If you guys want more information, you can call us at 632-7886, or you can call them at 633-1515. We'd love to have all our listeners come out.
And it's so cool because it's going to be like a workshop thing. So there's like 6 or 7 experts, and you can kind of you can sign up for 2 or 3 and then go to the next 2 or 3, and it'll give you an opportunity to ask questions. And, it's a great way to spend a Saturday.
And it's absolutely free.
Absolutely free. Right.
Yep.
That's good. Okay, we were stepping on you, Tim. You were going to say something.
No, I just, when it's not raining at your house, Chris's last one was great because it was about home improvements, all those things that you can get done while the weather's still decent.
That's right. Exactly right. I will tell you, I have the air conditioning on in my house. Thank you, God, for air conditioning. And my windows were fogged up. I felt like I was in Florida today because of the humidity.
Oh, it's terrible.
All right, I'm Esther Gulius, the Tax Lady, 803-0930, 803-0930, star 930 on your cell phone. And we're talking about Obamacare. We're talking about health insurance. We're talking about things that you need to know. The penalty this year, if you don't have health insurance, is 2.5% of your Magi, right?
Exactly. Right on the Magi.
So, and that's not the guys we're bringing the gifts to Jesus. I mean, we're talking about
it may cost you as much as the gifts that they're bringing.
You may need those jewels.
So the first thing we want to do is, just because you have health insurance through your employer, or maybe you think you're just going to bite the bullet and wait until you get sick, there is some, a lot of people would qualify for low cost or no cost health insurance. Is that not correct, Tim?
Exactly. New York and Minnesota are one of 2 states through 2016 that had what they call the Essential Plan. And
All right, well, let's
plan,
talk about that, because I've heard that on the radio and the TV, and so explain what that means.
The Essential Plan is kind of an in-between where you would be paying for a premium, where you talk about the tax credits that you get to help you pay, and Medicaid. It's if you're a family of 4 and your household income is $48,500 or less, you would qualify for the Essential Plan. $20 a month. If you really want to...
And that covers all 4 people?
No, $20 a month per person.
Okay.
So still very economical.
$80.
If you absolutely want to go crazy with it, you could spend $46.28, and you could get medical, vision, and dental with no deductible and a maximum out-of-pocket of $2,000 per year per person.
All right, so let's say that I have a paid-for house. I have $300,000 in the bank, but I have very little income. I have about $40,000 a year between my wife and myself in income, and we have 2 kids. Would I qualify for the essential plan?
If you're a family of 4 and you're below $48,500.
Now, did you guys listen to me? I got money in the bank. I got a paid-for house, right? And so you see, the old laws under Medicaid are gone by the board now. I mean, everything has changed since Obamacare became law. And so people that have assets still qualify for these special treatments.
Yep, exactly. There's still that misinformation out. People still ask, well, won't they come take my house or something like that, or whatever it may be.
And that's what they think. There's going to be a lien on their home,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Nope. Everything's just based on page 1 of your 1040.
Okay, so I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. We have a New York State navigator who happens to be our very own navigator, who we love. We love Tim. So Tim Eliason is here, and if you have children, you don't have health insurance, you know of your niece, nephew, whoever doesn't, give him a call and say, call WBEN, because there is a specialist that will help you with Obamacare. And again, the penalty this year is 2.5%, right?
2.5%. That's correct.
Of your modified adjusted gross income. So if you made $40,000 and you didn't have health insurance, your penalty is going to be how much?
At 2.5%. If 40,000, you're looking 800.
900.
You're getting to the point, as they phased in the penalties, going from 1 to 2 to 2.5. We're now at the point where you're either going to pay a penalty to the government for your not having insurance. It's going to almost be equal to what you would pay the premium to have insurance. So you just have to choose whether you want coverage or not. That money's going to be paid one way or the other.
Okay, I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back on the other side of the break with your questions. 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. See you on the other side.
Did you receive a letter from the IRS or New York State taking money out of your pension to pay debts, thinking of retiring, got married, had children? Who can you turn to make all the right decisions for taxes so that you don't end up in a financial mess come next tax season? EG Tax is here to guide you and be in your corner all year long. Call 632-7886 today. Again, 632-7886. And come join our family, 632-7886.
Attention real estate investors. Thinking of selling investment property? Pay no tax. Call R.J. Gullo Companies, qualified intermediaries for 1031 exchanges and real estate investment specialists. For a free consultation on how to pay no tax when selling investment property, call 675-1500 or online at rjgullo.com. That's 675-1500 or online at rjgullo.com.
Hi, this is Esther, and let me tell you how great it is to have an insurance agent like Nationwide's Bill Barber. Bill's 40-plus years experience has saved me money on my premiums and potential claims. Have an insurance question, problem, or crisis? Bill will work with you personally without calling an overseas customer service number. All I can say is whenever I need someone on my side, I'm glad to have Nationwide's Bill Barber.
For all your insurance needs, call the Bill Barber Agency at 688-2199. Call 688-2199 today.
Nationwide is on your side. This is attorney Dennis Kitchen. How is your credit score? If you can't keep up with monthly payments, that can hurt your credit score. This might be a good time to talk to an attorney about getting a fresh start. I've been helping people with their debts for 40 years, and I never charge for an initial consultation regarding debt problems. I'm Dennis Kitchen, and I'd like to help.
For a free consultation regarding debts, call attorney Dennis Kitchen at 716-631-5661.
Barbecue season is here. Wentz Propane and Oil will fill your propane tank for only $10. You can also ask about their new customer pricing for next year's heating season. Mention EG Tax and get your discount today. Call 731-9826 or 731-3015.
Hey, I'm the tax lady. I'm not the tax man, and we're here to help you with your health insurance. All right, first of all, and we have Tim Eliason here in studio and Chris Fabian. We're talking about how much of an increase are we projecting this year in your health insurance, Tim?
As of August 5th, when the Department of Finance for our wonderful state of New York, it's looking like across the board, on average, 16 to 20% increase in premiums.
That's unbelievable.
And why don't people have health insurance?
And that's
all right,
just for the companies that are staying in.
All right, so let's talk about the companies that are dropping out.
Mm-hmm.
In New York State, in Erie and Niagara County, there was like 5 or 6 people originally, 5 or 6 companies initially. What are we looking at now?
There's still, New York probably has the luxury because of its population. They're still going to be in there. They may drop in some counties down to 4 or even 3 choices. Most states, though, that are smaller population, you go out to the Midwest, Iowa, Arkansas, things like that. A company like United Healthcare, that is the 3rd largest in the country, are pulling out of those marketplaces because of the financial impact on their bottom line.
Wow.
They're staying in New York, they're staying in Ohio, they're staying in Pennsylvania because at least they have a population where their actuary tables will make it profitable for them. But out there, they're pulling out, and all the co-ops. You know, we went through
We had that last year.
Are we having a lot of rattling? Are any insurance companies talking about folding up in Western New York?
No.
Besides what we have?
No. Just
so we
just
still have some choices.
Yeah,
here.
we'll still have.
So what
choices.
happens when you own? What happens when there is no insurance company that wants to stay in a marketplace? Has that ever happened?
No.
That you're aware of?
No. I mean, there's still going to be, and that's where I think that the Affordable Care Act, where they go to these companies and say, okay, we'll subsidize your business, you know, to this extent for you to stay in the marketplace.
But that's being weaned out too, isn't it? Oh, that's really a problem. Yep. All right, let's go to the phones, and we have Larry from Georgia. Hey, Larry, how y'all doing?
Hey, Esther, Kristen, Fawn, I tell you guys are having so much fun over there. I'm so jealous.
Larry, you know what? It feels like we're in Georgia today. It's like been 90s. You know, Western New York is not known for its heat.
I heard.
It's been 90-some degrees like every day.
Yep.
Well,
and 90%.
It's really kind of funny. I got a good friend there, and he was telling me that he can't wait. He can't wait until the cold weather comes in.
I know. I was at a restaurant yesterday, and a lady said, "I can't wait for winter." And I turned around and I said, "Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You remember what winter is? White snow, cold, freezing?" Okay, what can we help you with, Lair?
Actually, there are 2 questions. One, quickly, my CFP suggested that I get one of those medical alert devices as I travel so much. That's why I wonder, is there any way I can deduct that from this expense somehow? And my second question is, I understand that I can deduct my travel expenses when I'm searching for a second home. But I said I can deduct that when I'm searching for income property. Is there any limit as to how much I can deduct or expend when I'm searching for an income property, investment property?
All right.
Well, the first thing, your medical alert bracelet, that would be a medical expense, not a work expense. So then you're looking, you have to spend more than 10% of your income.
When you add everything together, Larry. Yep. So if you come up with all of your health expenses, then you subtract that by 10% of your adjusted gross income. That would include your medical alert bracelet.
I get it. Bummer, but okay.
All right. Now, the next thing would be...
Yep. Well, hold on.
Yes.
Going back to the medical, if, Larry, you have a high deductible plan, you could put money in a health savings account.
That's true.
and then
and get dollar for dollar,
and use that to pay for your medical alert.
So
bracelet.
aren't you? Isn't he on Medicaid? Isn't he on Medicare? Medicaid.
I think
Medicare.
Larry's only 40 years old. I don't know what you're talking
Larry?
about.
I thought maybe you were 65, but you're not. You're
darling, you may say yes. I am on Medicare. Yes.
all right.
Okay.
So then he doesn't.
So then
have
he can't
health.
do a health
But
savings.
for those of you listening, if you are under the age of 65 and you're not on Medicare, and you have a high deductible premium that you're paying, then you can fund your HSA, which would mean that you'd be able to take dollar for dollar for those medical expenses, because it isn't subject to the 10% limitation. So that's a great point to bring up. All right, but can he write off any of his expenses for getting
investment
an
expenses would be part of your Schedule A 21, subject to 2%.
Not to buy
for
an
investment property.
No, it would go to basis. It is deductible, but it goes to basis. So when you're looking for your property, let's say you decide to get your investment property in Hawaii, and you incur expenses to do that of $1,000, then that would get added to basis.
Okay.
So you would then depreciate it.
Guys, let me ask you, your podcasts are wonderful. How will I find you on Facebook? What's your tag? Whatever it is.
You just not Google. When you're on Facebook, go to search for EG space tax, and it will come up for our corporate address, 2475 Niagara Falls Boulevard, and you click that one and you like us.
Okay, Lair?
Brother Chris, Esther, thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
You too, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
We're talking about health savings accounts, and we've been talking to Tim, and, this is where it comes into you have to put pen to paper, because some people may not qualify for Medicaid or the essential plan, but if they have the high deductible plan, they can put into an HSA, which would lower their income, which could open up a whole new world for them.
And let's talk about that. And again, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on your cell phone. People don't even, there's so much information that's being thrown at people, and we toss around this high deductible plan. I bet you people don't even understand what we're talking about. So simplify that for people, Tim, and explain what a high deductible plan is versus a non-high deductible plan.
Exactly. If you go back to the original, they introduced the different plans as the bronze, the silver, the gold, and the platinum.
Right.
Bronze, that's just a good old-fashioned major medical, almost catastrophic. Silver is where you still have the high deductible, but you get some nice coverage. High deductible, what that means is you pay a lower premium, but the insurance company is basically putting you as the one that is going to supply the money to pay for any procedures or anything like that.
So your bronze and silvers would be high deductible plans,
exactly.
Right? And so you're not paying much per month, but boy, do you got a big deductible,
exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So then if that's the case and you fund your health savings account with how much? $3,000?
Yeah, $3,000 some odd.
With $3,000. So you would then be able to take that as an adjustment to income. So if you made $40,000 and you put $3,000 in there, now you're down to $37,000. But if you took that $3,000 out to pay for your health expenses, you get 100% for that because it's an adjustment.
Exactly.
It's not taxable.
Exactly.
Right?
So you're kind of, you're really playing the system. For somebody that is not a high user, as I call them, that they don't have a lot of day-to-day, they're just wanting to make sure that they're healthy, and they may have some tests, or, they may have, they're out walking in the rain and they slip, and, whatever it may be. And whenever they have that. And roughly you figured for about every $1,000 that goes into one of those health savings accounts, it lowers and really it benefits your refund by about $150 to $200. So really what you're saying is, you just bought $1,000 worth of medical expenses for $800.
That's exactly right. And that's and again, if you sit and you go, oh, I don't understand what they're talking about. That's what you can call EG Tax. We don't charge to help you with this stuff. And Tim is basically a free service of EG Tax. If you need health insurance questions answered, health insurance, Tim is a New York State navigator that will help you to navigate the waters of health insurance, right?
Right. And, we're talking HSAs, and I know the old laws used to be MSAs, medical savings accounts, where you had to use it by the end of the year or you lose it. An HSA, for those who don't know, you can keep it in there and it rolls over to the next year and the next year. Yep. And actually, when you turn 65, it becomes an IRA.
Pension. Right, like a pension.
So it's a great additional way to save for your retirement.
And then between 55 and 65, you got that extra $1,000 catch-up.
Where do people get HSAs at? I mean, do you go to the HSA store? Where is it at?
Most of those are at the banks. You know, you can go to your local bank and say, hey, I'd like to set up an HSA. You know, they'll give you a debit card, and trust me, you know, I've heard people call and say, hey, they wouldn't take my, well, you try to use it on something that doesn't qualify for your health savings account. So there you know that they're designated. So they can do that, and or the insurance company.
So here's the thing. If there's something that you don't understand, if you don't have health insurance, if your health insurance is going up, if you have no health insurance, if you are somebody that has, we were talking before the break, a COBRA plan. Tim, tell people about the COBRA plan.
Well, what I'm seeing, and I do a lot of, this is where that essential plan is ideal for retirees that are 62, 63. They're taking early retirement. They're not of Medicare age, so we have to do that bridge. We got to find out a way to get them from that to that. Employers are now offering them COBRA. It's not like it used to be where you got this big golden parachute and they paid for your health insurance the rest of your life. They asked you to go out and find your own health insurance. Well, they're offering them COBRA for $800 a month. Well, if you're a retiree and you use your income and we can figure out how to get you and your wife so that your income shows up to be $31,000 or less on your tax return, you now have each $20 a month essential plan.
Instead of $800.
Exactly.
Right?
So all you have to do is make sure that they're using things that are not taxable income to fund themselves.
And that's part of what we do, and we charge nothing for the service. So again, EG Tax, you can call us at our corporate headquarters. You can go to our website at egtax.com. Tim is just a wonderful extension of what we provide to our clients, and we want to help you so you understand. All right, let's go to the phones. Again, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on your cell phone. We have Mr. Bill. Hey, Bill, how can we help you? Hello? Hello, Bill. Did you go away, Bill?
Once.
Going once. Bill, are you there? Okay, well, Bill must have gone someplace because he's not here. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about this before we go to news. When do you have to update your New York State of Health application?
Well, if you're in the marketplace and you're receiving a credit to help pay for it that is going to be reconciled on your tax return, you should be updating that within 60 days of whenever something happens. So if you got a new job and your income goes up.
What do you mean something happens?
Well,
like
life-changing event.
Okay.
Like a life-changing event. If all of a sudden you get $2 an hour raise at work and you calculated what you're getting to help pay for your health insurance based on what you thought your income was and it went up, you should be changing that application, because when you come to see us at the end of the year to do your tax return, we're going to be the bearers of bad news.
All right, so you mean it's just not a once-a-year thing? I have to keep letting these people know if my income changes, good or bad?
Exactly.
What if it changes for the worse?
Then you may qualify for more of a credit that you'll get for the remainder of the year until the next enrollment, or you may qualify for the $20 a month plan and you can transition to that. Because the way the enrollment works, Medicaid and the Essential Plan, you can do year-round. You can enroll any time. There's not just the open enrollment period that we're coming up on for health insurance that'll start October 15th. So if you, right now, your income's dropped and your family would qualify for the Essential Plan, you can enroll now. You don't have to wait until open enrollment at the end of the year.
I'm Esther Gulius, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, star 930 on a cell phone. We're going to take a short break for news. We'll be back with your questions on the other side.
Police in Raleigh, North Carolina say they have an active situation going on at a mall, which is now on lockdown. This is what it sounded like inside when an eyewitness took video on a cell phone. A lot of scared people in that mall. Those inside say they heard something pop, then pandemonium broke out. People running over tables and chairs trying to get out. One woman said she played dead with her kids. Then someone urged her to get out, so she did. Police are still checking it out. At least 2 deaths from major flooding in southeastern Louisiana. More than 1,000 rescues have taken place, and some people are still missing.
We're thinking 3 is the report that we have. We got airboats and a dive team going in now to see if we can do a rescue or recovery.
St. Helena Parish Sheriff's Office Operations Chief Michael Martin. The green pool at the Olympics will be drained, officials say, and refilled in time for tomorrow's synchronized swimming contest. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
One great station, one great dial position, no confusion. News Radio 930 AM, WBEN.
With barbecue season in the air, it means that it's summer. Who thinks about taxes in the summer? Well, EG Tax does, and that's why we offer free tax advice, free seminars, and even a free tax course. When you have questions, don't ask Uncle Jimmy over hamburgers and hot dogs. Call EG Tax at 632-7886 to answer your questions. Or if you're interested in our free tax course, also give us a buzz. Call 632-7886. That's right, 632-7886 to join our family.
Hi, this is Esther, and let me tell you how great it is to have an insurance agent like Nationwide's Bill Barber. Bill's 40-plus years experience has saved me money on my premiums and potential claims. Have an insurance question, problem, or crisis? Bill will work with you personally without calling an overseas customer service number. All I can say is whenever I need someone on my side, I'm glad to have Nationwide's Bill Barber.
For all your insurance needs, call the Bill Barber Agency at 688-2199. Call 688-2199 today.
Nationwide is on your side.
Looking to redo your kitchen or bathroom countertops without spending a fortune? Well, look no further. The Granite Shop has it all. Granite, quartz, and marble, with prices starting as low as $39.99. Mention EG Tax, and your sink cutout is free. Their showroom is located at 2045 Niagara Falls Boulevard in Niagara Falls, New York. Call the Granite Shop, 402-1046, or visit online at graniteshop1.com. That's 402-1046 for the Granite Shop.
This is Attorney Dennis Kitchen. Now is a good time to evaluate your finances and your debts. How much debt do you have? Well, if you don't know or you don't want to know, that's a sign that it's too much. Time to talk to an attorney about getting a fresh start. I've been helping people in debt for 40 years, and I don't charge for an initial consultation regarding debt problems. I'm Dennis Kitchen, and I'd like to help.
For a free consultation regarding debts, call attorney Dennis Kitchen at 716-631-5661.
Hate to say it, but the S word will be here before you know it. That's right, snow. Tired of feeling trapped in your home because you have nowhere to go and it's freezing outside? Let EG Tax help. We're now looking for outgoing, energetic, charismatic people to join our team. Our annual free tax course starts in October. Not sure if it's a right fit for you? Well, we're offering an informational seminar on September 15th. Give us a call, 632-7886, or click egtax.com for more information.
Barbecue season is here. Wentz Propane and Oil will fill your propane tank for only $10. You can also ask about their new customer pricing for next year's heating season. Mention EG Tax and get your discount today. Call 731-9826 or 731-3015.
I tell you, Joe, I like that country western music, don't you? I'll tell you, we could be down in Texas, but it feels like Texas.
It feels like it.
It does. I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady, in studio with Christopher Fabian and Tim Eliason. Tim is our healthcare navigator, and we're talking healthcare, but we can talk about anything regarding your taxes or our money. 803-0930, 803-0930, star 930 on your cell phone. But I will tell you, this is so critical because being healthy affects most people, and this whole thing about Obamacare, I don't know if people are any more savvy than they were 3 years ago. Are they, Tim?
No, it's still hard to understand. They're not sure how it all works, what they have to do, what they're eligible for. Most people didn't want to breach the subject because the penalties were small enough. They're like, well, that's not
right.
I can handle that. It just part
But
of
the
my
bottom line is many people that are listening would get free or low-cost health insurance if they just picked up the phone and gave us a jingle. And we don't yell at you. I mean, we're there to help you, right?
Yep.
And we certainly don't want to charge you a penalty when it's tax time.
Nope.
Right. But we want to be smart. All right. We were talking during the news about people that are paying more than 9.5% out of their own pocket for their own health insurance, even when an employer is making part of that payment, should come and look at the marketplace, because they have the right to leave their employer and go to the marketplace if they save money. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So somebody making $40,000, if their contribution is more than $3,800 a year, so if they're paying $400 a month to help with their health insurance, that's well over 9.5%. They have the right to leave their employer and look at going to the marketplace, and it may save them a lot of money.
Exactly, because if you remember that you don't get any assistance of that premium tax credit if you're on an employer plan. You only get it if you go through the marketplace. And if they go in there, a lot of employers, because of the cost going up for them too on their insurance, they're starting to offer these high deductible premium plans. So if you go into the marketplace, you can compare your apples to apples, and you may find that you can find something in the marketplace that you may get a little assistance. Health savings account starts to come back into play if your employer isn't offering that for you.
Right, because let's face it, rather than you paying that money per month, if you put that into an HSA, it'd make a lot more sense, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So there's a lot of options that you can create. Employers are going to tend to offer you an A and a B. They're going to offer you that Cadillac plan that covers everything that's very expensive, and you see that being greater than 9.5%, but if you go in the marketplace, you just can't afford to pay for it.
And the employer, as I recall, is there a penalty that the employer pays is $2,000 per employee if they leave the marketplace? And so the employer really needs to make sure that they're offering the right thing too. So, but again, it's just picking up the phone. Now, they would call you at 632-7886 at our corporate phone at our corporate headquarters.
And I ask that you please call me before you call the New York State of Health. So.
Oh, yeah. And why would that be? Because they really don't know how to read a tax return, right?
No. And Chris has actually moved me to the other side of the building so he doesn't hear me screaming at the state of New York. But they are not, and they will have their little disclaimer once you ask them about things. They say, well, we do not give tax advice. We cannot tell you what to do. And for those individuals that have enrolled through the New York State of Health, those are the ones that we see, and all summer long, Chris and I and yourself are answering letters because they had their refund wiped out because their premium tax credit was calculated incorrectly, and all of a sudden now, because they did not have the knowledge. Especially, we were talking earlier about self-employed people. They just don't understand how that works.
Yeah, well, that's almost like crooked, right?
Yep.
Well, let's go to the phones, and we have Rick, who's been waiting quite a while. Hey, Rick, how can we help you?
Hi, Esther. Great show as always.
Thank you, sir. What can we help you with?
I got two questions. Is everybody eligible for an HSA, or are there some stipulations on that?
Not everyone's eligible. The first thing you have to have is a high deductible plan, correct?
$1,300 or more for the individual, or $2,600 for the family.
Okay. So you have to have a high deductible. Pardon me?
$1,300 for an individual?
Yes. Yep.
And then you can have an HSA.
That makes you eligible because that's what's considered a high deductible plan according to the HSA guidelines.
Okay. And the next question I had is I have a 26-year-old daughter who is not making a lot of money, but she's looking for the least affordable or most affordable plan.
Okay. How much does she make, Rick?
She's around $20,000 a year.
Well, you have very good news for her, don't you?
Yeah, that's $20 a month. Even if she came to me and she says, well, you know what, I'm going to make $28,000, so I don't quite qualify, or I'm going to make $25,000. She is a prime candidate at that age to start her retirement account as an adjustment to income. So now I can take that $25,000 and have her put $2,000 into a traditional IRA, lower her income to below the threshold, and she gets $20 a month insurance. If she didn't do that, her out-of-pocket for her health insurance would probably be about $3,600. So her decision is
to put $2,000 away. It's still her money, and her health insurance goes from $3,600 to $240 a year.
Exactly.
Hello. Hello.
So what was the maximum amount she could work to get 18,000?
Well, that modified adjusted gross income, the MAGI that we've been talking about, has to be 23,540 or less.
23,000 or less. Okay.
Right. And so the whole thing is, Rick, it's like playing pool. You got to use those bumper shots, and it's all using all the angles to make sure that she's going to get the best for the least. And EG Tax does not charge to do this. We get nothing from any insurance company. This is just something that we do to help your daughter. So
yeah, I'll have to probably call Tom, because I went to the website, the $20, whatever it is, a month, and they hooked me. It linked to the New York State website, and then I was not able to obtain that quote.
Yeah, just have her call 632-7886, and she can hook up with Tim, and there's absolutely no charge, and Tim will help her to look at all the angles for herself. Remember, like what he was talking about, if she puts $2,000 into an IRA, that reduces her modified adjusted gross income, so that she may not even have to do that getting started.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so but the whole thing, it would still be her money.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because she does have some doctor bills that she could pay, and if it's only $20, otherwise she's got to pay 4.5%, right?
For the doctor bills?
The penalty?
No. Otherwise, she pays 2.5%, but she'd still have to pay all of her medical bills too.
Right.
So I would suggest that she do this ASAP, obviously because she's off your insurance now.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Okay.
that $20 a month, no deductible. She'd never pay more. And if she sees her specialist or her doctor, it's a $15 copay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And there's no deductible on this.
Nope.
Well,
And-
we'll be calling you, Tim. Thanks very much, Esther.
All right. Thanks, Rick.
And one thing, her turning 26 is a life-changing event. So how long does she have to sign up for the Essential Plan because of that life-changing event?
Well, she can sign up at any point. You can do that up to, and I do them quite a bit when somebody calls me and says, hey, I have a child that's turning 26 and will be dropping off my plan because the age restrictions. We get it started early. The first of that month that they would is their last month under the parents' plan. That's when we start the enrollment process. We get it done by the 15th, and the first of the next month, their insurance is in place. They have no gap.
But if his daughter turned 26, we'll say July 30th, is it too late?
Nope. Essential Plan, you can enroll that year-round.
Okay.
Yep, you can do that anytime.
All right,
year-round.
so you have a life-changing event, and you can, and if that happens, let's give me let's say somebody is making $100,000 a year, and they get the bad news, they're gone, they lost their job, so they might be on $400 a week in unemployment.
Exactly.
That's a life-changing event.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
That person, then their projected income, they don't have a job.
Well, and the other thing, too, within the application process, there is something in there that says we have calculated their annual or their monthly average income to be so many dollars. Is this the income for the month that we're trying to enroll in? We say no. We put in there that they're making that $400 a week, and then all of a sudden we can take a look at options that is based on the remainder of the year for them.
Using that $400 a week.
Exactly.
So then they might qualify for the Essential Plan,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. So they can get into it as opposed to having to use that huge income or even a severance that they might have got.
I mean, the whole thing is it's all about, knowledge is power. And when you have nobody in your corner, it's so frustrating because you don't know what's available to you, you know?
No.
I'm Esther Golias, the tax lady from EG Tax, 803-0930, 803-0930, star 930 on his cell phone. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with your calls on the other side.
Now that April 18th has gone, you may be thinking that tax season is over. But at EG Tax, we think it is never over. And now it's money season. Our belief is to keep money in your pocket where it belongs. Call us today for reviewing, tax planning, or even still to prepare your return. Call 632-7886 today. Again, 632-7886. And come join our family, 632-7886.
This is Attorney Dennis Kitchen. Do you have a will? You may say no because you've never had one written, but in that case, the state law determines who gets your property after you die. Wouldn't you rather decide that yourself? Then you should call my office about writing a will. We can also explain living wills, powers of attorney, and suggest other ways to preserve property or transfer it to loved ones. I'm Dennis Kitchen, and I'd like to help.
For wills and estate planning, call attorney Dennis Kitchen at 716-631-5661. When Esther updated her kitchen and bathroom, she chose the Granite Shop. They were reasonable, professional, and best of all, they were done in less than 2 weeks. Can't ask for anything more. The Granite Shop offers countertops in granite, quartz, and marble. Call 402-1046 or online at graniteshop1.com. Their showroom is located at 2045 Niagara Falls Boulevard in Niagara Falls, New York. When you call or visit, mention EG Tax and your sink cutout is free. Call the Granite Shop today, 402-1046.
Well, EG Tax is open all year, and we do more than taxes. We do payroll, bookkeeping, budgeting, retirement planning, corporate business setup, offer and compromises, and we even have a New York Health Navigator on staff. EG Tax was thinking of offering oil changes on cars, but then we thought we better just stick to what we do best. So for taxes and much, much more, call 632-7886 or click EG Tax today. Come join our family.
Hi, this is Esther, and let me tell you how great it is to have an insurance agent like Nationwide's Bill Barber. Bill's 40-plus years experience has saved me money on my premiums and potential claims. Have an insurance question, problem, or crisis? Bill will work with you personally without calling an overseas customer service number. All I can say is whenever I need someone on my side, I'm glad to have Nationwide's Bill Barber.
For all your insurance needs, call the Bill Barber Agency at 688-2199. Call 688-2199 today.
Nationwide is on your side.
Barbecue season is here. Wentz Propane and Oil will fill your propane tank for only $10. You can also ask about their new customer pricing for next year's heating season. Mention EG Tax and get your discount today. Call 731-9826 or 731-3015.
Let's go, girls.
I'm going out tonight, and I'm so happy it rained at my house today. I'm Esther Golias.
I think we need people to call in from Lewiston, Youngstown, just to say it rained.
It rained.
We need proof.
It rained, and yesterday I took my grandkids to the Hidden Valley Animal Ranch in Ransomville or something. No, not Ransomville.
No,
Verisburg. Yeah. And when I got home, there was like this big like tornado that came through. It was like, there wasn't a tornado, but all my lawn chairs were turned over. And it rained last night too.
But I understand not to plug a place but I understand that's a phenomenal place that's not that far away.
Oh, it is. It really is.
The kids
great.
would love.
The Hidden Valley Wild Animal Ranch. It's great, and it has this gigantic lodge. It's very classy, and you get to feed these animals are already pre-planned. Your cart comes up, and they just come up there and open their mouth. You just feed them, But it was fun, and it's really not far away. It's not too far from Darien Lake.
No.
It's very fun. All right, let's go to the phones, and we got Gene. Hey, Gene, how can we help you? Are y'all from North Carolina, Gene?
Yes. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, my pleasure. What can we help you with?
Chris mentioned something earlier in the program about HSAs, which sounded slightly incorrect to me, so I wanted to ask about it.
Yeah.
Whatever balance you have in the HSA from year to year, it does roll over. You don't lose it. But when you turn 65 years old, my understanding is two things happen. One is you no longer can make future contributions to the HSA, but you cannot transfer it or roll it over to an IRA. It has to be spent later in your life for medical expenses, qualified medical expenses.
No. That's you're thinking of the it used to be the case, but now it actually acts like a pension plan, and you can use it for your pension, for a pension. It'll be fully taxable when you take it out, though.
So you essentially, after 65 years old, it more or less becomes like a regular
pension.
Right, you can't contribute to it anymore.
Right, but you can use it if you didn't use it for medical.
Right.
You then can use it if you use it for medical. It'll still be tax free, but if you take it out and use it as a pension, it's going to be taxable.
Okay, so it's just like having a balance in a pre-tax IRA.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Gene. Bye-bye.
Good question.
Good question. Okay, and we're going to go to Bob in Niagara Falls. Hey, Bob, how can we help you?
Hi, Esther. How are you?
Good.
Great show.
Thank you.
I have a question for you, and it might be a little bit convoluted, but maybe hopefully you have an answer.
All right.
I'm a traditional guardsman in the Air National Guard.
Okay.
And I have recently been called to Title 10 active duty federal service as opposed to state. My understanding is that at the end of the year, because of a state entity being called to federal active duty, that all of my state taxes for this year, while on Title 10, I can get refunded to me at the end of the year. Is that correct?
Well, it's your money. It will be tax free on the state.
Right. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
We put it in, and then there's a subtraction line for New York State.
Okay, and it's just for any Title 10 service from a Title 32 job. Is that right?
I don't know what titles it is, but yes, it should be. But if you, I don't remember what titles it is. But if you are called up to do from the state to the federal, then it's going to be tax free on the state.
I can bring my things to you, and we can do that.
We can title you to death, Bobby.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
I have one quick question.
Yeah.
You were talking about health. Anything interesting about TRICARE? I'm covered in TRICARE, so is my family. Anything?
No, because you have great insurance, and so you don't have to worry about.
In the Cadillac plan, they delayed to 2020.
And they did. Yep. So you're good to go.
That is pretty good.
And thank you for your service.
Oh, thanks, Esther. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob. Bye-bye.
Okay.
And we got Ray in Amherst. Hi, Ray. How can we help you?
Yes, I'm wondering, is there any options to get that $20 a month health care plan in New York for low-income seniors who are already on Medicare?
No.
Because I'm paying $105 a month, and sure would like to get that $20.
Right. Well, the whole thing is, because that's Medicare, and that's through the federal government. Exactly. But it is true that some seniors could qualify for Medicaid. Can they not?
Yes, and the Medicaid basically is kind of something that circles around and helps them pay their premiums for their supplemental.
And that would be for the supplemental.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. So even though you're stuck with the Medicare portion, the secondary insurance, you might qualify for Medicaid, Ray. So you might want to call Tim.
What's the qualification for that? Anybody know?
I want to say the income's like $11,000. I'd have to look it up. I have a table at because I help out a lot with navigating Medicare too. So those questions are always welcome.
Give us a call and we'll be very happy to help you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Ray. And so that's what's important for seniors to know, that if you are a very low-income senior, your secondary insurance, that 20% that Medicare doesn't cover, you may qualify for Medicaid for that portion.
Exactly.
Right?
And like I said, it kind of circles around to help you cover those costs of having that supplemental.
Okay, let's go back to the phones. We'll go to Rick. Hey, Rick, how can we help you, sir?
Okay, I have some a retirement account in a rollover 401k, and I was wondering if there's any way to transfer some of that money, some of those funds over into my wife's name without any tax penalty.
Only if you die, which seems like a real severe way to solve a problem. You know what I mean? I'm only kidding. Anytime you take, everybody's pension plan is owned by them. Yes. And the only way to get it out of your name into somebody else's name would be to pay taxes on it, and then it would no longer be a pension plan.
But you couldn't even put it in the other person's pension plan.
And then it wouldn't be it would no longer be a pension plan. The only other way is obviously in the event of a death, and your wife would be your beneficiary, then she would have it put into her name upon your death. So.
So I'd have to die.
Yeah, that's a real severe way to do it, Rick.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess there really isn't any.
Now, why do you want to do that? Tell me this.
That's a personal reason.
Okay, all right. But maybe if you don't want to have all of Buffalo hear your personal stuff, give us a call at 632-7886, and we can talk one-on-one.
Okay.
All right, Rick.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady from EG Tax, 8030930, 8030930, star 930 on the cell phone. And now I wanted to go to the best plans, the gold and the platinum plans. Who really should be looking at gold and platinum plans?
If you're a high user, if you're somebody that has you're diabetic,
ongoing medical big problem,
you're diabetic, or if you're planning next year to have a hip replacement, and right now you're cruising along at your silver plan because you want to pay less, but you know on the horizon you're going to have a hip or a knee replacement. Sign up for that platinum plan, no deductible. The co-pays for any type of surgical or hospitalization, you can walk out with that surgery for about $5,000 if you're paying for the platinum plan.
Okay.
If you're in the silver plan, you could end up paying $20,000 for that. And so the premiums work out that you save a lot of money when you have something that's major.
All right, so not only do you have to pre-plan with your doctor, right, but you need to pre-plan with your insurance.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So that you would say, okay, right now I have low cost, high deductible insurance, but next year I'm going to have this big thing and it's going to cost me a lot of money. I'm going to move to the more expensive plan because even though I'm paying more per month, it's still a lot less than my high deductible plus the premium payment. And they don't mind that? They're not mad at you?
No, that's just... There's a few people that might dislike me when I tell them to insurance companies, but also it coincides with what Chris said earlier. If you're in a silver plan, you're thinking, well, I'll take this high deductible, and then when I itemize my deductions, I'll just take it and put it on my itemize for my medical deduction. At 10% for most people,
doesn't work.
It doesn't. They know those numbers when they made up this law. They know exactly. So if somebody's on a high deductible, they have an exposure to a lot of out of pocket. They're still not going to meet that 10% of their adjusted gross income to be able to deduct it. So,
and even if you did, I mean, it's much better to take and get 100% of your dollars used for medical, as opposed to saying I'm going to use it as an itemized deduction, because then it's multiplied by whatever your tax bracket is.
Exactly.
So it's much better to do it that way. And so I guess what we wanted to do here today, and I'm so thankful, Tim, that you came in, is that we wanted to expose people to it's now almost as complicated as doing tax returns to get your health insurance, to really do it effectively. Because who should use the HSA? Who should use the
contribute to an IRA?
Right.
Who should
who should use the essential plan? Who should use the bronze, silver, gold, platinum? All of that is so hard. And we're just so thankful that you're a part of our team.
And it's part of financial planning. You know, if you have somebody that's deciding whether to take Social Security and that adds to their income, you know, all of a sudden they have to look at it and say, if I do that, what's it going to cost me for my health care now till I get to Medicare age? Or, hey, I'm going to take a part-time job as a retiree or whatever else. You know, are you going to take that job and then all of a sudden your health insurance, so you're just going to work to pay for health insurance? You know.
All right, so now since you're on the inside of health insurance, do you see that we're headed for a single payer plan?
It depends on what is the outcome in November. You know, as the road's going right now, because of all the co-ops that have folded and all the insurance companies that are starting to withdraw because of their losses in the marketplace, you know, and these are the insurance companies that have been around for decades, pretty soon you're going to be left with one company there. The government's not going to shut down the marketplace when you have 20 million people enrolled, and all of a sudden you're going to throw them out of their health care plan.
And let's be clear, a single payer plan is a lot like Social Security. In other words, it's going to go through the federal government, and they're probably going to foot the bill.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly, and then that's increasing taxes. Regionalization is probably the only option, so that we can compete on a regional basis where you can still have 8 or 10 companies. You know, we don't get to have MVP from Rochester competing with the companies in Western New York. But if it was regionalized, we'd still have 10 companies competing for our business.
So we might want to be prepared to single Canada?
You know, when
we're not going to become Canadian.
But our health insurance would be very similar.
Okay. I'm Esther Gullius, the tax lady from EG Tax, and we've run out of time this week, but if you need Tim at the office, you can go to egtax.com. Email us. We'll make sure we get you in touch with Tim, or you can call us at the office, 632-7886. I hope it rains, but not on your parade. I'm Esther Gullius. Have a good week. Bye-bye.